The Sony FX30 is a budget-friendly cinema camera, and the Sigma 18-35 is a legendary lens. And when you combine the two, you get a lovely combination. Here's why I believe the 18-35 may be the only lens that you need. Hey, before we begin, I do want to let you know that this video is not sponsored, but I have been using Sigma lenses for the last 10 to 15 years, so I might be a bit biased because they have lasted for the entirety of my career as a photographer and my career coming in as a cinematographer. But Sigma, if you do want to sponsor your boy, listen, I'd love to join and be a part of such an amazing company. Let's get right into the video. The 18-35 has so many benefits, and I'm just gonna list them off to you, man. And I'm gonna give you a couple of cons as well, but I'm gonna tell you why this lens is probably the best combination, especially if you're looking for just one lens to get you started into filmmaking. So straight out the gate, 1.8 aperture, this lens is fast. And it's consistent. So it doesn't matter if you're zoomed all the way in or zoomed all the way out, you're getting a consistent 1.8 aperture throughout the entire focal length of this lens. Number two is going to be the minimum focusing distance. This might be one of my favorite features of this lens because you're getting so many quality aspects of whatever you're shooting. You're getting the wide shots, you're getting the mediums, you're getting the tights, but then you're able to get the details. So you're able to get really, really close, man. I don't know the exact distance, but it's so close that it's almost macro. Not macro, not quite macro, but it's very, very close. So you're able to get really detailed shots to help tell whatever story that you're trying to tell with this lens. The price point. So with all that being said about the lens, you would think that this lens comes in at like $2,000 or $1,500, but no, this lens comes in at $700. Now you do need an adapter, and that's one of the cons. So you got a $700 lens and a $200 adapter. But if you're like me, I buy used. And so you can get this lens for $400 and you can get that adapter for probably as low as $100. So all in all, if you get everything new, $900. If you get it used, $500, $600, $700. Now, this lens has some amazing focal lengths. Now, remember, it is a APS-C centered lens, so it has a crop factor. So you're not getting 18-35, you're actually getting 27, 28 to 50, 52. And so within that, you're getting some of the greatest focal lengths in the cinematographer world. Most people have a 24, a 35, and a 50. And so you're getting 28, 35, and 50 within that lens. And they're almost freaking prime, because at 1.8, that's what prime lenses have. 1.8 aperture, of course they go down to 1.4, 1.2, but there's not a lot of zoom lenses that can get down to 1.8. Man, those are all the features. That's what's amazing about the lens. If there's some cons about the lens, it's going to be that you do need an adapter. It is going to be that the lens doesn't have image stabilization. But if you know, the Sony FX30 has the active stabilization, which does punch in even more. So you lose some focal length, but hey, you're able to get some stabilization. So it's a little bit more stable when you're running and gunning. Another con about this lens is going to be that it is a plastic lens. Now, I didn't know it was plastic until I created this video because I thought it was made out of all of the same material as the other Sigma lenses that I own, but the composite of the plastic is why I thought it was metal. It's called thermally something. Thermally composite is what Sigma called it. Fancy way of saying that it's some very, very hard, durable plastic. And this is why I thought for the longest, for the last 5 years, that this was a metal constructed lens.